Hey everyone, Erick Stakelbeck here. Today on the Newscast, a stunning new archaeological find in Israel that may have a link to a pivotal moment in the life of the Apostle Peter and his relationship with Jesus. Get all the breaking details coming up. Hey folks, Erick Stakelbeck here. Welcome to the Watchman Newscast. We've got some breaking archaeology news once again out of Israel. A stunning find dating back to the 5th century AD, some 1600 years ago, uncovered in Caesarea Philippi, a place of great biblical significance in Israel's north. We're joined by our good friend, the one and only Danny the Digger Herman, to talk all about it. Before we get into it, I just want to encourage you to subscribe to the Watchman News channel right here on YouTube and click the notification bell so you get alerts every time a new video is posted. We are bringing you the kind of cutting-edge, timely information that you just won't hear anywhere else. Certainly not in the mainstream media. They don't care about this stunning archaeological discovery in Israel, but we do, and we're bringing it to you today with Danny the Digger Herman, renowned tour guide and archaeologist. He joined us from his home in Israel to talk about this stunning find. Let's get into it with Danny the Digger Herman. Take a look. Welcome back to the Watchman, my friend. It is always great to have you.
Always a pleasure to be on your show, Eric. How are you?
I'm great, my friend. I miss you. Hopefully I'll be back with you in Israel very soon. But in the meantime, yes. But in the meantime, we've got another fascinating archaeological discovery in Israel, this time in northern Israel, Caesarea Philippi, a place with great biblical significance. Danny, tell us about it.
Yes, the site is very famous from a record in the Gospels of where Jesus appointed Simon Jonah as the prime disciple as Peter. And archaeologically, we know of a big pagan cultic center there. But for the first time, we found in that area also a Christian church. It was found by accident while cleaning up the area. And it turns out that one of the temples, the one facing the main cave, was converted around the year 400 into a church. Not much of it was found, only a little bit of a mosaic, but a little cross embedded in the decoration. And at the entrance, they found a stone with some crosses inscribed on them, meaning pilgrims came in and chiseled the cross as they entered. And this is very interesting. You really see the tangible remains of the Christianization of the Roman pagan world.
Yeah, and 5th century, as you said, Danny, this would be the Byzantine period. Crosses inscribed at the site, pretty amazing. And tell us a little bit more, if you can, about the significance of Caesarea Philippi. You mentioned it was obviously the place where Peter acknowledged Jesus. You are the Christ. You are the Son of the living God.
Yes.
And Jesus gave Peter that nickname, Petros, the rock.
Yes, his real name was Simon Jonah. Peter is just a nickname, which comes out of a play on words you can only say really in Greek, okay? In the English, it says that Jesus stated, "And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church." But only if you read the Greek, you realize he had here a nice play of words. Kata desu legu otue Petru, kai epitote Petra, oikodomesumu ecclesian. Okay, your faith in me is so solid, it's like a rock. So I'll call you, if this dialogue was in English, he would say, "And I'm going to call you Rocky." Luckily, the conversation was in Greek, and that's how Peter, Petrus, became his famous nickname.
Hey, now you're a native Hebrew speaker, by the way, but that was some pretty impressive Greek that you just shared.
Finally, 2 years of studying ancient Greek came into some use. Yes, I sweated quite a lot on being capable to read this, probably with mistakes, but the message still comes through. And it's fascinating to see how even here in Caesarea Philippi, a temple is converted into a church. It happens all over the Roman Empire. In Rome itself, to this day, there's a church in the center of Rome called Santa Maria Supra Minerva. Okay, a former temple of Minerva becomes a church for Mary. And now we see also in Caesarea Philippi, a former temple, probably for the god of Pan, becoming a church. What we still don't know is what was the focal point of this church. The obvious speculation would be it's relating to Peter being appointed here. But funny enough, the Byzantine sources do not relate to this. When Byzantine pilgrims come to the site, they say there is a church in Caesarea Philippi, but for the veneration of the miracle of curing the hemorrhaging women. Okay, there's another story in the Gospels of a woman hemorrhaging for 12 years, and then she is cured by Jesus. If you read the text closely, it seems to have happened in Capernaum, at least in my opinion. But for some reason, in the 5th century, that miracle was suggested to have happened in Caesarea Philippi. So this church may have been venerating that miracle, or the appointing of Peter, or maybe a third subject which we do not know about.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense, Danny. No matter what it was, there was clearly a connection at that site, Caesarea Philippi, to the New Testament, to the ministry of Jesus. So it makes perfect sense, obviously, that they would build a church there, especially over a pagan shrine. Makes even more sense. Hey, tell us a little bit more about Caesarea Philippi, geographically, just so people know, where exactly is Caesarea Philippi?
Well, if Israel is the palm of my hand, it's the fingernail at the very end, in the source of one of the streams that formed the Jordan River. Until 67, it was actually held by the Syrians, but in the Six-Day War, it became under Israeli sovereignty. And in the 1990s, large-scale excavations were carried out at the site, uncovering mostly the pagan cultic center there. But I don't know how to explain it, that they missed that church that was added over one of the temples. Only now, coincidentally, when cleaning it up, that was uncovered. And I was really excited because we knew about Caesarea Philippi from the New Testament so well, and now we have archaeological reference to the Christianization of that site so clearly.
Yeah, wow, amazing stuff, and found for such a time as this, right, Danny? As you and I have discussed many times on the Watchman, these discoveries, wow, in the past several years, even the past several months, they keep coming and coming at such a rapid clip, it's hard to keep up. Last question, my friend. Overall significance of this for you, obviously as a trained archaeologist, as a tour guide who travels throughout the land of Israel on a regular basis, what's the ultimate significance of this find for you?
For me, it shows the presence of Christian history in the Holy Land, just how big it was, and how a land that was so pro-Roman and so pagan becomes Christian, and in that sense, it becomes more tolerating towards other religions. The Byzantine period is characterized as a period of wealth and tolerance between the Christians, the Samaritans, the Jews. It was a pretty long period of prosperity. Jews also have built synagogues in that time frame, and it was a long period of prosperity until the Muslim conquest of the land. And that discovery adds another dimension to all of this.
Yeah. Danny, fascinating stuff, my friend. I'm sure you will be back here very, very soon because, as we mentioned, these discoveries just keep coming. This is a very exciting one for the history of Christianity. Danny, thank you so much, my friend. We really appreciate it. DannyTheDigger.com. Everyone check it out. Cutting edge stuff as always, Danny. Thank you, my friend. We'll see you again soon.
New design of my website coming up soon.
We wanted to mention DannyTheDigger.com is being totally revamped. Also check Danny out on social media, Facebook, Instagram. He's very active there. Danny, thanks so much, my friend. We'll see you again soon. Toda rabba.
Thank you, Eric. Litrot. Bye-bye.
Folks, when I see these incredible archaeological finds in Israel, which are seemingly coming on a daily clip at this point, I'm reminded of the Gospel of Luke when Jesus said the stones would cry out. That's exactly what's happening today in the land of Israel, from Caesarea Philippi, which we talked about today with Danny, to Jerusalem, to Galilee, to Beersheba and beyond. The stones are crying out, and biblical archaeology is revealing the truth of the Bible. And when you combine that with irrefutable scientific archaeological evidence, in my view, you have an unbeatable combination. It's exciting to see. We will continue to document these finds for you. Again, they're coming so frequently, it's hard to keep up, but we're doing our best here at the Watchman Newscast. It's a kind of information you're really not hearing anywhere else, so be sure to subscribe to the Watchman News channel right here on YouTube and click the notification bell so you get alerts every time we post these videos. And while you're at it, check out our good friend Danny the Digger Herman. That's DannyTheDigger.com. Until next time, thanks for joining us here on the Watchman Newscast. God bless you. And remember, never hold your peace.